Welcome to this explainer. Look, if you've ever felt totally overwhelmed by the sheer mountain of serums, toners, and essences out there, or you're just frustrated because literally nothing seems to give you that bright, translucent look, you are in the exact right place. Today, we're tossing out all the marketing hype. We are going to unpack the genuine, kind of fascinating biology of your skin and show you exactly how a radiant complexion is actually manufactured. So let's jump right in and completely throw the old playbook out the window. Seriously, stop buying yet another hyped-up vitamin C serum that just oxidizes in a week anyway. Stop those DIY lemon juice hacks. And please, for the love of your skin barrier, stop the exhausting 30-step routines that just leave you broke and frustrated. The truth that gets conveniently lost in all those glossy ads, you absolutely do not need a miracle cream, and you certainly don't need to drop $500. What you need is just a basic understanding of simple science. Here's the massive myth we pretty much all fall for, treating our skin like a passive brick wall. We think that if we just paint brightening products on top of it, somehow the wall itself will magically get brighter. But biology shows us something entirely different. Your skin is an active, living, breathing factory. The glow you're chasing, it doesn't happen on the surface at all. It is manufactured entirely from underneath. So here is our factory tour blueprint for today. 1. Your skin is a factory. 2. Speeding up the Rhine. 3. Supplying the raw materials. 4. Stopping factory fires. And 5. The 14-day protocol.
All right, Section 1. Your skin is a factory. The biology of the basal layer. Let's head straight down to the factory floor to see where your skin cells are actually born.
So deep down in your epidermis, in this super active zone called the basal layer, new skin cells are born every single day. When they start out, they are round, plump, and completely full of water. Think of them like tiny translucent water balloons. But as they travel upwards towards the surface over a few weeks, they flatten out, they dry up, and they become totally dead keratinocytes. Your glow depends entirely on getting those fresh, plump cells to the surface cleanly and quickly, right before they lose all that vitality. If you're battling dullness right now, it honestly boils down to just two factory malfunctions. Either your cellular turnover has slowed way down, maybe from stress, lack of sleep, or age, meaning the factory is just producing too slowly. Or, hey, maybe the factory is producing fresh cells just fine, but the exit door is completely jammed. Rough texture, excess pigment, and layers of dead skin are actively blocking those new, glowing cells from shining through.
Moving on to Section 2. Speeding up the line. Hacking your skin's production rate. Let's figure out how to fix that first malfunction.
So why does that production line actually slow down in the first place? Well, just look at the raw numbers. Back when you were a teenager, your skin turned over incredibly fast, a fresh batch of cells every 14 to 21 days. It was a highly efficient machine. By age 30, though, that stretches out to 30 or even 40 days. And by age 50, it can take well over 2 months. Let that sink in for a second. That means the dull, tired skin you're seeing in the mirror right now could literally be a cell that was born over 60 days ago, just sitting there oxidizing and drying out on your face. Okay, so to speed up the line, you've got to hire the right crew. First up, you have the foreman, retinoids, like retinol or prescription tretinoin. They essentially yell at your basal layer to get to work faster, increasing turnover by up to an astonishing 200%. Next, you bring in the demolition crew, alpha hydroxy acids, or AHAs. Now, they don't speed up production. Instead, they smash right through those clogged exit doors. And third, you need quality control, niacinamide. This is your silent hero. It strengthens your skin's barrier and actively blocks dark spots from even forming. Let's actually zoom in on that demolition crew for a sec. AHAs get to work by targeting and dissolving these things called desmosomes. Now, desmosomes are basically the biological glue holding all your old, dead skin cells together at the surface. Which, yeah, is a little gross to think about, but it's totally true. By using an AHA like a really well-formulated glycolic acid, you dissolve that glue. This instantly sweeps away 3 to 5 layers of dead skin in one go, revealing those incredibly fresh, plump cells hiding underneath. Which brings us to Section 3. Supplying the raw materials, the glow trinity. Because, you can have the absolute best workers in the entire world, but if they don't have the right supplies, they can't build a thing. All right, here is the exact glow trinity your cellular factory needs. Keep in mind, a dry cell looks shriveled and flat, kind of like a raisin, but a hydrated cell looks bouncy and highly reflective, like a fresh grape. You get this plumpness using humectants on the outside and by drinking plenty of water on the inside. Next up, you need antioxidants to act as your daily fire extinguishers. And finally, you absolutely must have essential fatty acids to act as the tough, protective mortar holding your whole skin barrier together. Now, let's talk about those fire extinguishers for a minute. Everyday things, like walking outside in UV rays or just existing in a polluted city, create this phenomenon called oxidative stress. Think of these as tiny, microscopic fires spontaneously breaking out all across your factory floor. They brutally break down your collagen, trigger massive inflammation, and literally oxidize the natural oils on your face, which leaves behind this yellowish, gray hue. Yikes, right? We use powerful antioxidants like vitamin C to put out these microscopic fires long before the damage is even done. I really want to hammer this point home because it gets totally ignored in most skincare advice. Your skin barrier is constructed of lipids, fats, ceramides, and cholesterol. If you aren't eating healthy fats like salmon, walnuts, and avocados, your barrier just becomes weak and cracked. A cracked barrier leaks all the essential water out, lets harmful bacteria in, and kicks off a relentless chain reaction of inflammation. And remember our golden rule here? Inflammation equals dullness. You truly, biologically cannot out-serum a bad diet. Period. Which brings us right to the frustrating fallout of all that inflammation. Section 4. Stopping factory fires. The darkening problem in melanin. Uneven tone and those stubborn dark patches are easily the #1 complaint out there. But here's what's actually happening underneath. Melanin is your body's natural sunscreen. But when your factory is heavily inflamed, whether from acne, picking, or the sun, it panics. It rapidly pumps melanin into surrounding cells that shouldn't even have it. It's almost like a panicked octopus throwing ink to protect itself. You simply cannot just exfoliate that away. If you just scrub off the top layer of stained cells without stopping the underlying inflammation, your factory is just going to keep frantically manufacturing more stained cells right beneath it. So how on earth do we stop that daily panicked inflammation at the source? It comes down to one number: 30. That is the absolute minimum broad-spectrum SPF you need to be rocking every single day. UV light is constant, invisible inflammation. I mean, it penetrates right through your car windows and easily cuts through heavy clouds. If you aren't applying at least SPF 30, you are basically leaving your factory doors wide open for fires to start, sending your melanocytes into total overdrive and completely sabotaging your glow. All right, here we go, Section 5, the 14-day protocol, your factory operating manual. Time to put all this amazing science into action. Try following this exact brand-agnostic protocol for the next 14 days. In the morning, keep it super simple. Just a lukewarm water rinse, no harsh cleansers needed, followed by your fire extinguisher, which is vitamin C, your quality control, which is niacinamide, and your defense, an SPF 50. In the evening, wash off the day with a gentle cleanser and then purposefully alternate your workers. Night 1 is your retinoid foreman, Night 2 is your AHA demolition crew, Night 3 is pure rest and barrier hydration. And honestly, this is non-negotiable. Drink your water, eat your healthy fats, and get your sleep, because cellular turnover literally doubles while you dream. So, as we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with this. Are you working with your biology, or are you constantly fighting against it? Your skin isn't some problem to be aggressively fixed. It's a fascinating, living factory that just needs proper management. Take a before photo today, try the 14-day protocol we just went through, and watch your skin naturally radiate from the inside out. Subscribe for more no-nonsense science explainers, and right now, go drink a big glass of water. Catch you next time.